Kanya-kanyang buwelta ang mga partido matapos ang 4 na araw na confirmation of charges hearing ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa ICC. Bagamat sinabi ni FPRRD na hindi siya mamamatay tao, taliwas naman daw ito sa mga ebidensyang hawak ng prosekusyon. Ang detalye sa Agenda Weekend Report ni Kevin Manalo, live mula sa The Hague sa Netherlands. Kevin, paano tinapos ng magkabilang panig ang kanilang mga argumento?
Ivy, hindi raw ito contest kung sino ang may mas magaling na performance sa pagitan ng prosekusyon at ng depensa. Dahil sa uli, hindi naman ang publiko ang magpapasya, kundi ang ICC kung lilitisin ba o hindi si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte.
Mapagmahal na tatay na may matalim na dila. Ganito ilarawan ng depensa si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte.
I thought it best for him to appear. Not out of a need to satisfy the desire of the prosecutor and the victims who desperately want him to face his accusers so that they can wave their collected finger at him despite the presumption of innocence. I did not want to disappoint his many supporters. That was my reasoning. Those mini Duterte clones, as Mr. Butuyan derisively calls them, who have been deprived of seeing their former and beloved president for more than a year. I told him that Your Honours could have rejected his request to waive the right of attendance. We even had a barong specially fitted for him so that he would not have to suffer the humiliation of being put into an out-of-size blue suit which would now dwarf his meagre physical body. And he lost the desire to follow me within less than a minute. He shook his head firmly. I implored him. I said, "Sir, look at what we are doing for you. We're doing our utmost to get you out of here." But once again, he politely declined. And I asked him why. I said to him, "Sir, don't you understand? They accuse you of murder. They say that you murdered thousands when you were the mayor and when you were ruling your country." And then he repeated the question that he has always asked me for a year or more. How does the prosecution say that I did this? Well, I replied, I thought until Monday that it was because of those speeches of yours. But then your prosecutor told the honourable judges the other day, throw them all out. They're not necessary for the confirmation. He claims that he still has enough evidence to convict you without all the bluster. And the former president repeated the question, but how? I've never murdered anyone.
Leader umano ng isang death squad na pinalawig sa buong bansa. Ganito naman siya iginuhit ng mga ebidensyang prinesenta ng prosekusyon.
And the words eliminate and neutralize, what do they mean? Witnesses answer, kill. You have to kill, whether it is a legitimate operation or not a police operation. He ran a death squad in Davao that he created. He ran it for over 20 years before he became president. His promise was to kill thousands, and he did. What innocent person has ever said, assuming I committed all these murders, it was for a really good reason? That's what they would like you to believe, that he doesn't mean it. And he says he did it not for himself, not for his family, but for the Filipino people, and it's obvious what he's talking about. He's talking about the murders. Again, the ends justify the means. Again, for him, the murders are a necessary evil.
And if you cherry pick that statement, wow, the Rodrigo Duterte that was quote-unquote present is a father who is proud of his children, is someone who has left it to the fate. If you look at the entire proceedings, we also saw the Rodrigo Duterte that was a killer, that was a confessed murderer even.
Sa 4 na araw ng pagdinig para matukoy kung sapat ang pruweba sa 3 bilang ng crimes against humanity laban kay Duterte, sinubukan ng prosekusyon na ipakita kung paano naging malawakan at sistematiko ang mga pagpatay sa mga hinihinalang drug user. Mula sa umano'y sabuatan gamit ang isang common plan para pumatay na nauwi sa paulit-ulit na naratibo ng mga nanlaban at napatay sa operasyon. Sabi ng mga abogado ng mga biktima, nangako si Duterte na supilin ang droga at kriminalidad sa bansa. Pero nauwi ito sa karahasan kung saan naging target ang marami sa vulnerable sectors.
We take judicial notice of the Duterte administration's 2017 year-end report, where deaths in cases related to illegal drugs and the internal cleansing conducted within the Philippine National Police are touted as accomplishments. And Your Honor, the next sentence is emphasized in the original resolution. The government's inclusion of these deaths among its other accomplishments may lead to the inference that these are state-sponsored killings.
Pero paliwanag ng depensa, mga rogue police o mga pasaway sa hanay ng pulisya ang siyang sangkot sa mga irregular na insidente, hindi direktang iniutos ni Duterte.
The more important message there is this. Ang sabi ni President Duterte, hindi ko gawa yon, walang common plan to implement that. Ang mga pulis lang yan ang gumawa niyan. So inabandona niya na ang mga pulis na inutusan niya dati.
Para sa Filipino legal representatives ni Duterte, pinatumba ng depensa ang patong-patong na ebidensya ng prosekusyon. Mula sa mga umano'y questionableng testigo, paggamit ng salitang neutralize na ang ibig sabihin daw ay pag-aresto, at ang kawalan ng direktang kautusan para pumatay.
He has rebutted all the allegations of the prosecution, and in fact, bagsak na nga eh. So parang kalabisan na, naapakan ko pa yung mga nahulog na mga pira-piraso.
Kilala ko eh. Anyone here, you look at the people here, the reason why they're here. Rain, shine, cold weather, and everyone else back in the Philippines. The trial is not about the trial inside that courtroom. The trial is addressed to the Philippine audience, to the Filipino people, and let the Filipino people decide. Sabi niya. Dahil sa ginawa ko para sa bayan at sa tao, sa Pilipino, baka makukulong ako.
At kahit daw pinupolitika at may tsansang makulong, umaasa silang makakauwi pa rin si Duterte sa kanyang pamilya.
Well, I'm not going to pass judgment on the performance of the prosecution, the performance of the victims' representatives, or my own performance. That's for the judges to decide, and it's not a show. And we trust the judges to take the right decision.
Maghintay pa rin tayo ng kung ano yung desisyon ng korte, ng mga judges. Salamat.
Finally, natapos na po. Naming taon na po naming hinintay to, and we're also grateful.
Ivy, mayroong hanggang 2 buwan ng ICC para magpasya kung makukumpirma kung marereject o may kailangang amyendahan sa kaso laban sa dating Pangulo. Samantala, aabangan naman natin kung ano ang kanilang ilalabas na desisyon sa naganap na detention review. Ivy.
Talagang kaabang-abangan kung ano yung kahihinatnan ng crimes against humanity charges ng dating Pangulo. Kaya I guess we'll hear from Kevin Manalo again after 60 days. Maraming salamat Kevin Manalo, nag-uulat ng live mula sa The Hague, Netherlands.